I'm not going to comment on the actual way the child was taken from the school. Any inquiries in reference to that need to go to Tim Rosdick, and he will be happy to answer them. But I will tell you about the what part we played in it, and especially about the apprehension. So on the afternoon of March 8th, 2018 at Pea Ridge Elementary School, an individual came to the school and picked up 2 juveniles, and we found out later he had a DBI against the children, or the children had a DBI against him, and he was not supposed to be within 500 feet of them. We verified the active court order, and the mother had stated to us that he had said in the past that if he couldn't have the kids, no one can. So that put us in emergency mode. We basically walked a warrant through, and we had the information that led us to believe that possibly they were going to be taken to Alabama. So the U.S. Marshals and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement got on board with us and assisted us. And we located them, after we had the warrant signed by a judge, we located them at a ballpark in Pace, and we took them into custody without incident. So we were about to initiate an Amber Alert just prior to the officers who converged on scene, found them and arrested them. And I want to say first that the U.S. Marshals Service and FDLE assisted us in several different aspects, some of which I cannot talk about, but we do want to acknowledge their assistance. They were a great help to us. And he was taken into custody without incident. He's currently in Santa Rosa County Jail. And I believe his bond is no bond. So he's not getting out anytime soon. Yes, sir.
What was the gentleman's name, and what relation does he have to these children?
Emanuel Martinez Pose, P-O-S-E. And he's the father of the children.
And you said he's the father of the children?
Correct. And there is an active DBI against, he's not allowed around the children.
How old were the children involved in this incident?
3, or I believe one was 8, and another one was 6 years old and 8 years old.
How are the kids doing?
Kids are fine. They were not injured in any way. And thankfully, I mean, due to the fast action of the officers, they got in there and started looking, and everybody dropped what they were doing, and they found them really quickly. So.
And you found them at a park?
Yeah, in Pace, a ballpark in Pace.
And where is this elementary school?
Pea Ridge. It's in between Pace and Milton on Highway 9, off Highway 9.
How did they find out where he was?
I think they had intel that possibly they were going to go see a game. We didn't know exactly where, but the officers flooded the area, and that's how they found him. And as I said, he didn't resist or anything. And the kids were returned to the mother.
Can you say why there was a DBI, like if there was formal violence between the father and the children or anything?
I don't know, actually. I just know that they had, he was not allowed to be around the children whatsoever. He didn't have any custody. The mother had 100% custody of the children, and that's the only thing I really know.
Do we know how long these children were with Emanuel?
Well, he was, he picked them up around 1:15 in the afternoon, and I don't know, well, hold on. He was arrested. I don't have the time of arrest. Do you know that, Rich?
6 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay, so about 4.5 hours, would be safe to say.
And he got them from school?
Correct. Pea Ridge Elementary.
And the mother contacted law enforcement, or?
Correct.
And was the mother, obviously she was frantic. Can you describe what was kind of?
Well, yeah, obviously she was upset, especially after he made that statement, if I can't have the kids, no one can. I mean, he's alluding to the fact that he would kill the children. So, yeah, she was pretty panicked.
Do we know, does this guy have a formal criminal history? Is he known to law enforcement around here?
I don't think to us. He wasn't on our radar.
Is he from the area?
Yes, he is.
And Sheriff Johnson, can you just walk us through it one more time from the moment the mom called police and you all realized that, you know, this is serious?
Right. Once we got with the mother, we got the information on the father. We ran him and found out there was a DBI in place and he was not allowed to be around the children. That's when we immediately walked a warrant through and everybody dropped what they were doing, started looking for the children, and then, as I said before, it came to an end at a Pace ballpark where he's taken into custody.
And you guys had a large team of people looking for these children?
We had the district officers, detectives, yeah, there's a bunch of people looking. And as I said before, I don't want to leave out the U.S. Marshals and FDLE. They were a great help as well.
And then you said that you were about to issue an Amber Alert, but didn't have to because you found them.
Correct. Correct.
You use the term DVI or DBI. What does that stand for?
DVI, Domestic Violence Injunction.
Gotcha.
And they're issued usually between, parents, usually people getting divorced, and every once in a while, if it's something serious enough, they'll issue them to where you can't be around your own children, and obviously that was the case here.
So I know you said that you can't talk about how the kids were picked up from school,
Mhm.
but when there is a DVI, do you all alert schools, or is that up to the parent of the kids, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's up to the parent. So like, let's say I had a DVI against my wife and I didn't want her to have the kids, it's incumbent upon me to go to the school and say, hey, here's the DVI paperwork, don't let them have them. Anything else?
So you can't really talk about if this gentleman how he was able to get the children?
Yeah, I'm going to leave that up to Tim Rostick, the school superintendent, and I'm sure he'll have a comment on that, but yeah. Is that it?
Good.
You guys are easy.
All right.
Thank you.